Photo poor, so photogenic. All I know is to go get it. Shoot my shot, now I ain't gon' miss it. All I know is to go get it. All my life I've been a go-getter. All I know is to go get it. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it. Go get it. Go get it. Photo poor, so photogenic. All my life I've been a go-getter. Wake up in the morning, kiss my son, then go get it.
First opened in 2017. There's a look at the beautiful state-of-the-art Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, GA. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the San Francisco 49ers and the Atlanta Falcons. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fields it right around the goal line. Oh, a good return up past the 30.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Ritter on target to Pitts for a Falcon first down.
One of the most hyped, talked about prospects that enter the league at tight end. Kyle Pitts certainly delivered and probably exceeded expectations as a rookie. Hit 1,000 yards and ranked third among tight ends and second among all rookies in receiving. Sky, absolutely the limit for this young man. A nice pickup there for a first down.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. The Falcons in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's second and 2. On play action, they'll throw. Steps away. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
So third and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll run with Patterson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got their lead guy running it pretty well, too.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. They'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down.
This is where good coaching and execution come into play, because down this close, you absolutely don't want to turn it over. Good job keeping that in mind as he escaped, bought time, and decided throwing it away was his best option.
On second down, a run with Patterson. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Sometimes I think these defensive tackles get a little bit of a bum rap. We just see them as big guys that eat up blockers for others to make tackles. Oftentimes, they're quicker than they get credit for. And this time, he uses quickness to make a play.
Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
Koo knocks this one through the post. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You've got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
Buying time to his left. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Lance finding Kittle, 1st down San Francisco. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
Okay, ready? The full start backs them up 5, 1st and 15. Off of play action, here's Lance. The same target, same result. It's Kittle. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. Now Lance again. Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Lance looking to throw it. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
And they'll go for it. Lance. Open man is Ayuk, complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration. First down, here's Mitchell. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Grady Jarrett with the tackle. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
He's got a man, complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. They chalk that one up as a gain of 34 on 3rd down.
A very early momentum changer there. Actually a dream killer for the defense because they forced a 3rd down. Felt like they had a good chance to get off the field defensively, and then they got hit with that big play.
Lance now on 1st down. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, they're not hiding who their central focus is on offense. Charles, he already now has 4 receptions here on this opening drive.
And I know people who are watching the game are thinking, did they forget about him in the defensive game plan? But it's actually been the opposite. They're giving him a lot of attention, but he's been very creative and savvy in his route running and finding seams and openings in order to create these completions.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and pick it up with Mitchell. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. This defense not budging. Back-to-back carries of just 2 yards.
Let's go.
They'll run with a fullback, Juszczyk. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the 1st down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the 1st down. And that will force a turnover on downs. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. And he'll be taken down here as it will take us to the end of the 1st quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Lance on the option left. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. His third rushing touchdown on the year and fourth overall. And the 49ers have taken the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. They got 29 yards that time. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Charvarius Ward. And the 49ers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Now a play fake. Lance.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he fires one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one where he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 34-yard line.
Here we go,
Second and 2. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
pass.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away.
Back deep, Ray McLeod.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go. On play action, Lance. Looking sideline, incomplete.
You've always been very good about checking my math. Am I correct? That's the first time that it's been incomplete when they throw it to him?
Yes, he caught every other ball he covered as well.
So they feel like they've got something really good going there, and they're going to continue to go there until the defense makes an adjustment and takes it away.
Well, they finally made an adjustment there. We'll see if they can build on that stuff.
Finding room at midfield.
19 yards that time for number 19.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the gun, a give to Mitchell.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
To throw, it's Lance.
This one caught by Kittle. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 21.
Let's go.
They run over center with Mitchell.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback laying on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Here's Lance to throw it. Checks this one down. It's Mitchell.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Lance now to throw.
He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. Touchdown, 49ers. Kyle Juszczyk, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Niners will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Gold with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
14, Falcons 3. Robbie Gould kicking off.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away.
Here's Demir Berg to return from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And Charles, you're down multiple scores, less than a minute left here, but with that deficit, they've got to try to at least work their way into field goal. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And he will bring this one back. It's a fumble return for the 49er touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
And you can bet they're preaching two hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Bird to return from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
And this will be caught by Edwards. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
That's Cordero Patterson hauling it in. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Ready.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Back to throw again. He's going to take another shot here. And this one is incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have him looking at 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Well, you know me, whether you need it or not, I'm going to give a little unsolicited advice. Just throw it downfield out of the pocket only if you're absolutely sure. Otherwise, use your running ability and try and get those yards a safer way.
A 52-yard attempt.
And no, it doesn't get there. Hits the crossbar, bounces back out. He had it online, but it comes up about a rotation short.
We're just about set to get back to it. Both teams making their final adjustments, and we'll head back to Atlanta and rejoin Brandon in charge.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. This taken in at the goal line. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Niners take over first down 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 23 yards the pickup there. From Falcon territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 41. Play action. Now it's Lance. That's to the right side. Complete to Kittle. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this.
Touchdown! George Kittle, his second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Bird to return from his end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
First down 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Let's go.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. The CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
They're going to look to throw. Ball had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and they will take over first and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
They fake the handoff. Now Lance. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A gain there of 30 big ones. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, first and 10. Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Meanwhile, Lance's throw taken in by Samuel. Touchdown, 49ers. Deebo Samuel, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the 49ers are pouring it on. Gold with the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Niners 35, Falcons 3. Robbie Gould kicking off for San Francisco.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Bird to return from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go in.
Well, this is intercepted. They get Ritter for the third time. Picked off by the former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. And the Niners are going to take over at their own 41. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning, threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Ready? Throwing now is Lance. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I'm seeing a lot of guys shaking their heads on defense right now, particularly in the secondary. And when you see that going on, that is never a good sign. But it's understandable. They've been shredded so far.
Ready. A shotgun handoff to Mitchell. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Sometimes in the run game, you can make the argument that quickness beats size. And how about the example right here?
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up second and 12. The Lance going to throw. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. There he goes, right side. 20, 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. Maybe a small measure of revenge for this defense because they've been thoroughly dominated so far, but a brief bright spot there with that pick 6.
Seemingly coming up for air after being dominated as you described. They get a nice play there. Probably not going to change the balance of this game, but they have to feel a little bit better about themselves after that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Niners take over first and 10. their own 20-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Lance going back to the air after the pick six. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Arnold Ebiketie, the outside linebacker, coming up to drop him for a loss of a full 10 yards. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another. Back now in Atlanta. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Here's Lance. And it's incomplete, broken up. But there is a flag down. Let's see what that's about. So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers, and somehow, some way, they make plays on the football, and sometimes you're there too soon.
On the handoff, Mitchell. Oh, look at the juke. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries. And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I want him now. They tend to leave him in. I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On second and 11 now. Lance. Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage, well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to get this down inside the 15. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles. It certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
Off of play action, here's Lance. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Throwing his Lance on 3rd down. And a loose football, and the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. There are 2 words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. Boy, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
Their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out, because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now Lance. Well, Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take possession as they get it at the 42-yard line. Well, they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Falcons. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback, because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that, because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he trotted out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these color shirts. Throw it to those guys, not the others. Try to make a joke out of it and just let them go out there with a little bit more confidence.
On 1st down, they go back to Mitchell.
And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Lance looking to throw it. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
The Niners on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
On 3rd down, here's Mitchell.
And he can only manage to take the football to the 40, and that is well shy of the 1st down marker. Here comes the 49ers punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And they punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the 49ers are going to take possession here at their own 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll start with a run by Mitchell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
72 yards on the ground for him so far.
That's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
It's a gain of 10. First down, San Francisco.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. And that knee will do it. So they snap the losing streak. Here we go. Always a good feeling.
Yeah, I don't know if this one right here, when they're taking a knee, is as much exultation as exhalation, right? They just breathe a sigh of relief. Finally got a win. Needed one desperately.